Hey people of the internet, friends and family, I'm your host D-Rex and we are reacting to a death battle! Saberwulf versus Jon Talbain. I hope I pronounced that right. Killer Instinct versus Darkstalker. So if you have not seen the original video, the link to it is down in the description. Go check it out and then come back and we can watch it together. Alright, so spoiler, no surprise that I have no idea what either of these franchises are. Sorry, I'm having a hard time talking today. But the only knowledge I have of these characters and franchises is by watching, Death Battle. Yeah, I don't really know much a whole lot about them except for the preliminary analysis of each character. They both just went through a lot of bad stuff, and but you know what? I'm actually looking forward to this one, especially since Halloween was yesterday, which, by the way, I hope everyone had a good time out there and was safe during all this stuff. I know I did. And, but yeah. So, originally we were supposed to get Red vs. Blue last week, I believe, but Rooster Teeth decided to postpone it until the release of RVB 0, which I am interested in to see how that season goes. I wasn't a huge fan of the previous one, but gotta wait and see. But anyway, enough of me talking. Sit back, relax, and let's enjoy this. And play.
Before we get to today's death battle, we just want to thank HBO Max for sponsoring this episode.
Give him the deets, Ringmaster.
Ringmaster, wait. Yes, Ringmaster! Woo!
On HBO Max, animation isn't just for kids. They have all-time favorites like Robot Chicken, Samurai Jack, and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Wait, really? I didn't know they have anime.
Time to get your Ghibli fix then. There's a ton on there.
Start streaming today. Download the app or visit HBOMax.com to
I might look into that because actually, I've been curious.
Time for the main event. Let's get this death
hold on.
battle started.
1 second, Ringmaster. Now, as an uncultured swine, I would like to know what is a good anime to start out with. I have seen anime. I've watched the original Dragon Ball through DBZ and part of GT. Technically, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon are anime, so I've seen those. Naruto, the majority of Naruto Shippuden, and Inuyasha. That's pretty much the only anime I know. If I decide to actually go and watch another type of anime, what would you guys recommend that I start with first? Let me know in the comments.
Sir Thomas Browne once said, "Every man is his own greatest enemy, and as it were, his own executioner." For many, every day is a struggle to restrain the beast within.
Or else you might turn into a big
look at our own
werewolf.
Such as Saberwulf, the
our own
savage
history.
wolf man of
Humanity
Killer
is its own
Instinct.
worst enemy.
And Jon Talbain, the Kung Fu Canine Darkstalker. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win
Death battle. Alright, here we go.
Deep in the heart of Germany's Black Forest lies the ruins of Saberwulf Castle, home to a monster of unspeakable ferocity.
I mean, duh, it's called Saberwulf Castle. What else do you expect?
But that monster used to be
I don't
a
know.
man, Baron Conrad
Cute little bunny
von
rabbits?
Saberwulf. Once an aristocrat of wealth and status, his life would drastically change the day he discovered a secret
Hails from a
laboratory
family
deep
of
within the castle's
monster
boundaries.
hunters.
He stumbled onto...
He hails from a family of monster hunters, and he ends up becoming a monster himself. That's what you call irony.
a treasure trove of monster hunting weapons and relics straight out of his family's secret history.
Including a mysterious large claw, which he accidentally cut himself on. Upon the light of the next full moon, the Baron transformed into...
A vampire!
No, a werewolf. This is the werewolf episode.
Come on, Wiz. Spooky castle in the middle of nowhere, a weird cursed artifact. He's got Vaughn in his name. This is totally a vampire backstory.
Now, that's for next year. On that night, Baron Saberwulf became a
spoilers.
bloodthirsty beast.
You know, the name really screwed him from...
As classical antiquity, the fable of men turning into wolves under a full moon is a staple of European folklore. Real-life victims of so-called lycanthropy most likely suffered from porphyria, hypertrichosis, or rabies.
Sabi rampaged all over the country, killing everyone he found. Because as a big hairy demon dog, being a werewolf means your strength, speed, and tough hide are off the charts. Oh, and it makes you great at basketball.
With
I mean, you
his
got
razor-sharp claws, Saberwulf can easily tear through
Of course,
solid
it's a
steel.
supernatural
Also, any one of his
power.
cuts can potentially pass his curse to new victims.
But he's pretty happy
Like a
using
normal
those
werewolf
claws
does.
to brutally rush down any foe.
With a
And
howl
he's
to
fighting
the
a dinosaur
sky,
now.
Saberwulf can amp himself up, or tap into his any sense of shame or repression is eliminated as he truly becomes a mindless monster. It also increases
Okay.
his chip damage and allows him to cancel auto doubles into other auto.
Yeah, it makes him even more stronger and faster. We get it.
And to top it off, he can summon bats that are on fire. Gotta be honest, not sure where this one comes from.
He's a vampire in a fursuit. Called it.
After a night of painting the town red with blood, Saberwulf awoke to the
I think we know what Boomstick dressed up for Halloween. I'm gonna throw a wild guess. I'm gonna say it's a vampire.
nightmare that would be the rest of his life.
Yeah, he wasn't exactly a fan of the whole werewolf thing, so he did anything he could to stop being a full moon furry. But science and magic couldn't cut it.
He descended into madness.
Did he
but
even drink any of that? It
eventually
looked like all
found
just
a
spilled all
possible
over
savior,
his
your friendly
floor.
neighborhood soul-crushing megacorporation, Ultratech.
AKA Evil Walmart. Or just Walmart.
Ultratech.
Hold on. Boomstick. What is your... what? You never really explained to us why you call Ultratech Evil Walmart. I gotta be kidding. Is it just you had a bad experience at Walmart? Wait, no, I got it. It's because your dad left you at Walmart, wasn't it? He's like, oh, son, we're just gonna run to Walmart quick, go some shopping, okay? Alright, Dad. You get there, 10 minutes later, you look around, Dad's gone. That's why you don't like Walmart. That's why you call Walmart evil, isn't it?
Promised Saberwulf a cure for his lycanthropy. But in reality, their experiments only gave him cybernetic implants in his arms.
Cool!
And extended his werewolf form to last indefinitely.
Ooh.
Also cool?
But Saberwulf
No.
was none the wiser. In return
Not
for a
cool.
cure that would never come, he agreed to fight on Ultratech's behalf in their Killer Instinct tournament.
What a goober! This moron ran around a creepy castle, bumped into something sharp like a dumbass, and now he might not even be potty trained? Then he got duped by the most obviously evil company ever to ruin his life even more. This guy's either the unluckiest schmuck on the planet, or just high off his ass on opium.
Actually, he was dangerously addicted to opiates for a time, which only drove him further into madness.
Wow, this guy's life sucks.
Regardless, Saberwulf was a fierce competitor. Within the Killer Instinct
Yeah.
tournament, he battled and defeated a Nez Perce warrior Thunder, the metallic super soldier Fulgor, and an
Okay.
actual dinosaur. He's certainly among a high
Dang,
tier
that's
of
impressive.
the competition.
Like Tusk, who can summon friggin' meteors out of the sky.
Based on how large this projectile is,
Impressive.
its impact should be equivalent to over a kiloton of TNT.
Sure, Sabi can't
Wow.
magically call down space rocks, but he can survive a hit like that and won 17 fights in a row.
Until he met the warrior monk Jacob.
Protagonist, right? And he got his hair
Always showing up to
slapped
ruin
by
your
an
evil
alien McFlurry
plans.
named Glacius.
But even after the tournament, Saberwulf proved strong enough to tear out his own
really like this
cybernetic
background
implants.
music.
While conducting experiments on him, Ultratech's android CEO Arya had noted that the older a werewolf gets, the more vicious and skilled it becomes, while the loss in strength and agility is negligible.
And he proved it in his rematch with Glacius. Who's the clapper of cheeks now, you projectile spamming snow cone?
Most impressive, considering Glacius once got the drop on Arya, whom, according to an official novella, can react within a nanosecond.
Holy
Ow.
crap! He's not
That
just
is
your
quick.
average werewolf. He's a super werewolf, a fighting tournament ass kicker.
Though he will sadly always be on the hunt for a cure that doesn't exist, Saberwulf is one of the most dangerous
Poor
monsters
guy.
and men to ever live. Welcome to the demon realm of
Who cried
Makai,
wolf?
a dimension inhabited by powerful beings known as Darkstalkers.
Okay.
Basically, your classic Hollywood movie monsters mixed with anime powers.
Makai is ruled by several
All right.
noble clans,
Sounds about
including
right.
the Kroots, a family of beasts,
Like werewolves?
including one prominent member, Baraba the Wolf Lord, who had a son named Galen.
which means hungry wolf. Really thinking outside the box with that one, huh?
Perhaps you'd prefer his English name, Jon Talbain.
Yeah, but his dad is named a freaking Wolf Lord. That's so awesome it almost makes me forget he's a total deadbeat, just like my dad. Did I say that out loud?
Things got worse. One of the Wolf Lord's enemies, the Demon Jeddah, sent an assassin to kill Jon's mother.
Dick move. Moms are off limits. Now a werewolf and an orphan, Jon grew up pretty pissed off at just about everything, especially the humans that hunted him when he transformed.
In the light of a full moon, Jon can't
I would
help
be
but
too.
embrace his crew's heritage. And under a red blood moon, he risks losing all sense of self and becoming a ravenous beast. Jon's story was about the same as any werewolves until he happened upon a man who was also half monster and who defeated Jon in combat.
With martial arts! Hell yeah! I keep telling people the only way to solve violence is with a good pair of nunchucks.
Jon's new
Hold
friend
on.
did not.
Hold on, Boomstick. I'm just saying for the record, as cool as nunchucks are, having a baseball bat would just be as effective. I mean, having nunchucks makes you look all cool and fancy, be able to swing it around, but personally, if I had to choose between nunchucks and a baseball bat, I would go with a baseball bat. That's just me.
Offer violence, but control. Seeing little other option, Jon accepted a life with his new sensei.
Alright.
Well, we don't know for sure what fighting style he was trained in. Based on the time period, location, and his stance, we can guess that he was learning Shotokan karate.
Inspired by
Gesundheit.
Bushido and Zen Buddhism, Shotokan Karate's focus is on controlled calm, a strong defense, and a rejection of unnecessary violence. Basically the exact opposite of being a werewolf.
Well, sign me up for his doggy dojo, because I have no idea how all that Zen stuff translates to moves like his climb chaser and wild ass. This dude's just showing off.
By embracing his werewolf speed, Jon can bash foes with his nunchaku and move so fast he appears to be in two places at once.
And by tapping into
Nice.
his inner energy, ki, Jon can perform the beast cannon and rocket around the room like a doggy meteor of pain. But that's nothing compared to the almighty dragon cannon. Oh yeah! So
Wow.
much for being Zen, right? That dragon can incinerate a whole wall.
Jon's training seemed to do the trick, until his master was killed by a group of bandits.
Where was your flaming dragon there, man?
Enraged
Yeah.
yet again by the cruelty of mankind, but tempered by his master's compassion, Jon became conflicted over his role in a morally gray world.
And by combining his martial arts
Okay.
skills with his natural werewolf powers, he became a wolf man to be reckoned with.
His razor-sharp claws can slice through steel, and even punch holes in powerful Darkstalkers like Lilith.
He's also got those great doggo senses, like super hearing and smell.
To demonstrate, I've modulated dummy senses up to the same degree as those of a wolf.
Oh
I
no.
see you find my frequent humiliation amusing.
Aww,
Oh, I
he looks
do.
adorable.
Oop.
In open climates, wolfies
He
can hear
looks so
sounds up to
cute.
10 miles away.
Boomstick, somebody's outside stealing your dune buggy.
No, there. Wait, really?
And their sense of smell is over 100 times greater than that of a human's.
Oh good, the thief got away.
What did you smell that told you that?
Salt, lots and lots of salt.
With nothing but grit and a thick layer of what I'm sure is unreasonably soft fur that you just
Okay.
want to scritch behind the ears, Jon has survived an onslaught of missiles from the Monster Hunter PB Hood. Wait. Who gave Little Red Riding Hood military-grade ordnance? I want to shake their hand.
We've seen Jon dodge bullets up close, but he's bragged about being as fast as light speed.
Sure, John.
And he can take down these 5,500-pound alien robots called Heat Souls, which can fly through outer space. Also,
Alright.
it's worth mentioning that Darkstalker society is broken up into different classes based on the strength and power of the individual.
John is
boy.
a B-plus class Darkstalker, which is way above average, so it makes sense to compare him to other B-plus classers to gauge his limits.
Like Anakaris, who sank all of ancient Egypt underground.
Or QB, who could lift a massive beehive high above this castle.
Based on its
Alright.
size relative to the castle, this hive would have to weigh over 30 million tons.
That's
Dang.
like lifting over 300 aircraft carriers.
Wow.
And John's way more jacked than she is. And imagine
Dang.
getting stung by one of those bees.
Even with his amazing power, after decades of torment, Jon had resigned himself to a life of misery and solitude.
Until he met the cutest cat girl around. Now, we all know cats are usually super evil and Satan's presence on Earth, but Felicia taught him that humans actually aren't so bad. Wait. So years of martial arts
hold on. Cats are not evil. I'll prove a point. Be right back. All right, Boomstick. Hey, everyone, this is my cat. Say hi, Charlie. Hello. Oh, look at him. Does that look like the face of evil to you? You're not evil. You and cats are not evil. Are you? You want me to put you down? Alright, I'll put you down. Back to it. And play.
Temper is bad side, but getting laid did? You know what? I believe in.
As far as we know, they're just friends.
Yeah, and I'm sure the internet could give you 34 good reasons why that's bullshit, Wiz.
Well, despite what DeviantArt thinks, Felicia would help Jon conquer his dark side.
Literally. Like, he literally fought his dark side and killed it. I always thought that was supposed to be like metaphor stuff, but I guess that isn't the weirdest thing we've talked about.
And with that victory, Jon finally claimed dominance over his monstrous identity and committed himself to a life of compassion.
But Jon will always be a Darkstalker. If he relapses, he'll be as deadly as ever.
There will always be a monster inside of him, just waiting to be let loose.
Existence with humans is impossible. That is why we are called Darkstalkers.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
But speaking of howling in the middle of the night, let's talk about Blue Chew.
This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Blue Chew is the fast
Yeah,
easy
we're
way
gonna
to
skip
enhance
this.
your performance.
Alright. So, Saberwulf and Jon Talbain. Well, Jon Talbain, both characters have very tragic pasts. Well, Saberwulf, his is a done deal. There's really no hope for him, if what I can remember. He's, forever gonna be stuck as a werewolf, and as time goes on, he's just gonna get more into a monstrous mindset. Jon was able to, see that not all humans are bad, but because the majority of his life, how he's been treated by humans, he had a hard time, if I understand, showing compassion to them or whatever, or treating them nice. But then here comes this cat girl along, and it's like, hey, humans aren't all that bad. I mean, even us cats aren't bad. Isn't that right, Furball? Oh, there you are. Yeah, he's glaring at me. But who is gonna win this? I'm gonna go with Jon Talbain on this one. Like when he's got that key, and from what I remember about key and just everything involving key, it's a supernatural, energy, and both of them can rip through steel. One can take hits from a meteor from space, but if a bee chick can lift a mountain that could cover an entire castle, that's gonna do more significant damage than a meteorite that can only do like a explosion, I really need to write this stuff down. Like an explosion worth of 1 ton or whatever it was, like that, something like that. But anyway, so I am going with the Darkstalkers guy, and so let's just watch this battle and see who wins.
Active in time.
Have to greed, calm and
Again, that's now. It's time for
a death battle! Dogfight. Alright, here we go. Oh. We already got dead bodies all over the place. Oh!
Forgive me.
I have no forgiveness left, monster.
Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, no, I think Jon has got he's got speed on his side. Well, Saberwulf has got the more ferocious power behind him. Yeah, when it comes to ferocity, I think Saberwulf's got it. But Jon has got martial arts to help control, you know, how the battle flows. Ooh, ugh. Yeah, this is very... Oh! That image is gonna leave its mark. Ooh. Good soundtrack. Oh, oh, I thought he ripped his arm off.
See you taste enticing.
Oh, bats. Fire bats! Come on, Jon. Get him. Martial arts coming into play here. All right.
Face the fury of the beast!
Dragon! Oh, Dragon is a human corpse as a shield. Oh. Alright. Into a graveyard. Alright. Blood Moon, and he's going to... Infernal... Okay. Alright. Now this is a bloodbath. Go on. Oh.
Not like him.
Oh. Ooh, no! No, Jon, no!
Not like this.
Ooh.
I'm no monster, but tonight I'll make an exception.
Ooh. Ooh. Fatality.
KO! Wiz, I think I need to see a therapist
Oh.
to tell them how awesome that was.
Saberwulf was a ferocious foe, but Jon had a lot going for him in most regards. For instance, Jon was trained in genuine martial arts and practiced them for decades, while Saberwulf relied entirely on instinct.
You mean killer instinct?
Yeah.
You're no fun. But hey, remember how Sabi defeated Glacius, who attacked Arya in less than a nanosecond?
Technically, that put Saberwulf's reaction capability well within light speed, which Jon claimed
Okay.
he could match.
But that was just bragging, right?
Hardly. Those Weasel units Jon fought were capable of flying across the galaxy, hundreds of millions of light years in only a short time. This is important because fellow Darkstalkers Morgan and Dimitri have intercepted Weasels in mid-flight combat.
Yeah, those two are A-classers, but B-plus Darkstalkers like Jon have kept up with the higher classes in speed plenty of times. Hell, BB Hood can, and she's a C-class.
When it comes to the
Alright.
Darkstalker class system, speed is much less a factor than power and energy levels. To be frank, even if Jon was half Morgan's speed, he'd still be faster than Saberwulf. So, if anything, he wasn't bragging enough.
He was way stronger, too. QB's also a B-plus
Yeah.
Darkstalker, and she lifted that 30-million-ton beehive. Way more than anything Saberwulf can pull off. And when it came to ranged options, I think a Flaming Inferno Key Dragon beats out a lone discount fire bat any day.
While
Yep.
his application is different, we can gauge the level of ki Jon has at his disposal by factoring Anakaris sinking all of Egypt.
So the only logical thing to do was measure the total weight of ancient Egypt. No, really. We did that.
Most buildings in the
what?
pyramid were made of clay
Oh my
bricks,
gosh.
and about 4.3 meters tall. Adding the known volume of the pyramids and considering additional land, we determined Anakaris' ki had to be strong enough to move a civilization weighing over 1.2 trillion tons.
And that's not even
What?
counting all the people. Or cats. We got a shitload of cats. Now that sounds crazy for an old school horror monster.
I love
like
those
a
two
mummy
movies.
Or a werewolf, but Darkstalkers aren't
Prince of
quite
Egypt
like
and The
classics.
Mummy.
At the
Those are
strike's
good
core,
movies.
though, Jon won because of the kind of werewolf he was. Through years of struggle, Saberwulf never found any means to tame his savagery, while Jon had successfully managed to regulate his wild side,
Yep.
giving a level of precision, skill, and control the poor Baron couldn't even begin to understand. Saberwulf was vicious and unrelenting, but Jon had the training, the power, and, yes, the flaming Inferno dragons to score a brutal victory.
Brutal doesn't even cut it. I mean, how much blood was that? You know, it had to be at least a gallon.
The winner is Jon Talbain.
Thanks for watching this episode of Death Battle. Come back
No
next week to see
problem.
previews of our upcoming matchups. If you want to watch more stuff, you can click the boxes right around here, and you can always pick up some DB merch at store.roosterteeth.com.
Next will be Red RVB, right?
Attention, Blue
Yep.
Team! This is the Red Team! We are here to destroy you!
I got a tank. People with tanks are never outnumbered.
I agree with that statement. Wow. Oh wow, that light back there is blinding. Let's see if a guy slide over to. There you go. Cool. All right, guys. I'm sorry. I did not realize that the light was from outside was kind of glaring the camera. But so this was actually really good. Another Rooster Teeth Death Battle. You guys did a phenomenal job. But yeah. So overall, I think this. I wasn't expecting it to be that brutal, but again, it's understandable. They're both monsters, but yeah. I just feel very bad for Saberwulf. Like Jon's story, he too suffered a lot. Granted, the cats are allergic, but anyway, but yeah, there's really not a whole lot to say for me. For a moment there, I thought Saberwulf was gonna take the win just because of how brutal and vicious he was. And like, while yes, instinct is good and all, at least in this type of scenario, having training in the martial arts to help center yourself to focus is a huge factor in that. And in a battle, there's always 100 things that can end up happening. But having martial arts training does put in things in your favor. It doesn't matter how brutal and tough someone else is. If you can outthink your opponent and able to keep calm and just focus, 9 times out of 10, I firmly believe you would win. But as I digress, I've been talking way too long. Thank you guys so much for joining me in today's reaction video. If you liked this reaction, make sure you leave a thumbs up, and if you didn't, go ahead and leave a thumbs down. That's all right. It just tells me I need to either change something or improve on something. Leave your comments down below what you thought of this battle, and let me know who you think is going to win in the next death battle. Me personally, I think it's Blue Team, and totally not because they've got church. No. But yes. Again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, catch you later.